Hey, what's up? My name's Parker Pannell. I'm 17 years old. I live in Los Angeles, California, and I'm an actor, host, stand-up comedian, and social media content creator. Today, I'm going to be doing an at-home interview with famous birthdays. Hope you enjoy. All right, so here's the first question. When did you join social media? So I made my first YouTube video at 13 years old when I was still living in Lexington, Kentucky. But I never started noticing growth in my numbers until I started my TikTok channel in October 2018. Now that kind of leads me into my next question. When did you first go viral? This was about 6 months after I made my first video on TikTok. So I'd say around May. And it was a video where I left my iMac, which is sitting right over there. I left it out in public and I went on the Notes app and I asked people, who is your favorite TikToker? I wrote down a bunch of names and I had people respond to it. And of course I had my eyes on it. I said I left it out for 24 hours, but that would be way too risky if I left that thing out in public. And it got a lot of views. I think it got 9 million views, which just blows me away. And now we've kind of surpassed those numbers on other videos, and I couldn't be more thankful. Question number 3. What do you find most challenging about social media in today's world? Man, social media has changed so much since I first started, and just like the algorithm, not only the algorithm, but just the content that is being posted and the creators that are on there, and I feel like just the environment as well. So I've noticed so many differences, and because of those differences, I find it so difficult to stay relevant and stay on top of your content and what you're posting and still intriguing people after 2.5 years of videos. Does that make sense? Oh man, all my other content creators out there know. Question number 4, which one of your accomplishments are you most proud of? Now I'll answer this one because these are it right here. So I've been featured in Forbes, Business Insider, CNN, New York Times, Adweek, J14 magazine, and a couple other publications, and I'm so grateful for that, and I worked really hard. So that's why I got them all framed up, and I can kind of look at those whenever I need to remind myself of kind of what I'm doing out here in LA. Numero 5, who are your role models? And I have to go with my mom and my dad. I talk to them every single day, and it stinks because I don't get to see them as much as I'd like to. They live back home in Kentucky, and obviously I'm out here in California. So, you know, we used to, see each other on a daily basis, but now it's just us communicating through the phone or sending a picture to each other or social media. But you know, I'm so fortunate to have incredible family members like them. And of course, I love my sister as well. Her name's Lucy Boone. It's a double name. She goes to college at Western Kentucky University, and she gives me tons of really good advice as well. Advice. Did I say that right? Advice. You all will have to tell me if you can notice a difference in the lighting throughout this video, because I'm using the natural light and it's slowly fading. But I'm gonna try to get this done as soon as possible. Next question. What do you do in your free time? I love to surf. My surfboards are right there in the living room, and I am always out in the ocean, and I've gotten super tan the past several months, and my back is actually a lot tanner than my stomach, and you can kind of see a little bit of a wetsuit tan, and that's because I'm paddling, and that's gonna be on my stomach, so the sun kind of comes down and it's just like beaming on my back and not my stomach, which is kind of weird. So I try to balance it out, and I'll go to the pool and be like, hey, like, try to, fix it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Favorite show on Netflix? I think the obvious answer here is Outer Banks. I feel like I have a personal connection with that show simply because the storyline is driven off of surfing, and that's literally like my favorite hobby to do outside of work is surfing, like I just mentioned, and it's just, oh man, I just binge watched season 2, and you guys have to check it out if you haven't already. This video has been so difficult to film because my phone just died, and then my computer died, so I have no questions, and now I have pretty much completely ran out of light. So I'm gonna go ahead and readjust my camera angle, gather some light from the computer, and we'll continue this Q&A. Next question, if you could have a conversation with any 3 people, dead or alive, there goes my lighting, there we go. Who would you want to meet? I would have to say George Clooney, because he is a Kentucky boy. I love the work that he does in all of his films, and it would be so interesting to hear his kind of journey coming from the great state of Kentucky. See what I'm saying? Like, the Kentuckians got to stick together. I would also have to say my grandparents that I never got the opportunity to meet. So that would be everyone on my dad's side of the family. And fortunately enough, I was able to meet my grandma on my mom's side of the family, but I wasn't able to meet my grandpa on my mom's side of the family. So it'd be really enlightening to have that kind of conversation, whatever it would be, with just kind of all of them in one room. Final question. What is your most embarrassing moment? Now, this may sound crazy, but I don't really get embarrassed. I have a very outgoing personality, so I don't mind doing certain things. But I want to give you all an example of something where if you were to have done it, you may have gotten embarrassed. So several years ago, I created a YouTube video where I went ice skating at Rockefeller Center in New York, world famous, in my Speedo. I don't know if you all know what a Speedo is, but it's a swimsuit that is very small. I got tons of strange looks and people were very confused as to what I was doing, but little did they know I was filming a YouTube video that actually did pretty well on my channel. I was literally, I think, 13 or 14 at the time, and it was crazy because I think it got around 20,000 views, which just blows my mind. You know, at the time I was just like, what? I've never got that many views in my life, you know? Anyways, thank you all so much for watching this Q&A. Sorry that you had to go through it with me. I had so many different complications, but I love you all. I'll be praying for you, and thanks for everything. All right, peace out. Woo!